Just got paid. I check my account. There's money. Finally. I smile. I breathe. Everything's gonna be okay. And it's gone. How? How? It just got here. Rent, groceries, Netflix that I don't even watch, and that $5 coffee that I swear was necessary. But wait, where does all that money actually go? Because I don't have it. My landlord doesn't spend it all either, so where is it? Welcome to the financial system. A place where money doesn't just move. It multiplies, disappears, reappears, and basically does parkour between institutions I didn't even know existed. Here's the boss, the Federal Reserve. This guy literally prints money. Like, literally. Has a printer and says, "We need more bills today," and boom, they exist. Controls interest rates. Raises them, the economy freezes. Lowers them, everyone takes out loans like they're free samples at Costco. It's like playing SimCity but with real countries. And when inflation gets out of control, this guy slams a giant button that says brakes, and we all go flying through the economic windshield. But the real dirty work is done by commercial banks. Wells Fargo, JP Morgan, that bank with the generic name in your town. I deposit $1,000. I think it's sitting there, safe and sound, waiting for me. Wrong. The bank lends it out to 10 people at the same time. Wait, how? If there was only 1,000, oh, because they create money out of thin air. Seriously, they type it into a computer and boom, new money. Like magic, but legal and way more boring. There used to be a rule. You can only lend 10 times what you have. Now that rule is 0. 0. They can lend whatever they want as long as someone signs the paper. And so my humble paycheck becomes a loan for a skyscraper, which generates more jobs, which generate more paychecks, which get deposited and loaned out again. It's an infinite loop of, is this even real? Speaking of loops, meet pension funds. Basically, my future self kidnaps 10% of my paycheck today, so my 70-year-old self doesn't end up living on crackers. But they don't keep that money under a mattress. Nope, they invest it. In everything. Stocks, bonds, massive buildings, hotels, even startups selling Wi-Fi-enabled water. They control $60 trillion. That's more money than my brain can process without curling up and crying. And then there are mutual funds. These are like pension funds, but for people who want their money now. You put in $5 grand, they mix it with 5 million more and buy a buffet of stocks. You own 0.00001% of everything. Congrats, you're an investor. Technically. There are two types. The ones that try to beat the market by hiring financial geniuses with 3 monitors and sleep problems, and the ones that just copy the S&P 500 and go grab coffee. Guess which one's cheaper? Guess which one works better? Yep, the coffee one. But if you really have money, forget mutual funds. That's for peasants. You want a hedge fund. What's a hedge fund? Imagine a casino, but the dealers have PhDs and the table is the global economy. They bet on everything. Stocks going up, stocks going down, who wins elections, whether oil explodes or crashes, crypto, weather, whatever. And they charge 2% to manage your money and 20% of whatever you make. Basically, give me money, I'll probably lose it, but if I don't, give me more money. The funny thing is, most of them don't even beat the S&P 500. But the few that do, the ones that do become legends. And everyone wants to be that legend. And then there are investment banks. Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, the corporate matchmakers. Want to sell your company? They find a buyer. Want to go public? They put makeup on you and introduce you to investors. Need $1 billion to expand? They convince someone it's a good idea. They're so good at selling, they even sell fraud. Seriously, there was a scandal where they helped a corrupt fund raise billions that ended up in yachts and Picasso paintings. But hey, that's efficiency. Now the shadiest part, private equity. These guys are house flippers, but with companies. They buy a company for $100 million. But they only put down 20. The other 80 they borrow. And who pays that debt? The company they just bought. It's like buying a house with the house's credit card. Then they fire half the staff, close departments, squeeze every penny, and in 5 years, sell it for triple. If it works out, they make millions. If it doesn't, the company goes bankrupt, drowning in debt, and they just shrug and look for the next victim. That's how Toys R Us died. That's how many die. And insurance companies. I pay monthly in case something bad happens, but it almost never does. So they keep all that money piling up year after year. And what do they do with it? Invest. In bonds, stocks, real estate, private equity. Insurance companies are some of the biggest investors on the planet. So my car insurance doesn't just protect me from a crash. It's also building skyscrapers in Dubai. And finally, the ultimate gamblers, venture capital. They throw money at 100 startups. 90 go bankrupt. 7 break even. 2 or 3 explode and make you a millionaire. They invested $500,000 in Facebook when it was just a site for stalking college classmates. That turned into $1 billion. They're not looking for all of them to work. They're looking for one that's worth more than all the others combined. It's like buying 100 lottery tickets, but one of them is rigged. So, all this. All of it. The Federal Reserve that prints and slams the brakes. Banks that create money from air. Pensions that invest your future. Funds that bet your present. Hedge funds that bet on everything. Investment banks that sell dreams or scams. Private equity that squeezes companies like oranges. Insurance companies that invest while waiting for disasters. And VCs that throw money hoping to hit a home run. It's all connected. Your paycheck feeds loans that build buildings, that generate jobs, that pay paychecks. It's a machine. Massive. Invisible. Unstoppable. And the craziest part? It works exactly how it's supposed to work. Or maybe that's the illusion they want you to believe. If you want me to explain more of these financial topics that nobody explains correctly, hit that like button and subscribe.